ईश्वरो गुरुरात्मेति मूर्तिभेदविभागिने व्योमवद्व्याप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः। In this session we will start off with Suktam 18, Mandalam 7. ऋषि वसिष्ठ मैत्रावरुणे देवता इंद्र सुदा पैजवन छंदस दृष्टु। Om. This is one of the important misunderstood and misinterpreted suktas of Mandalam 7. Tveha yat pitaraschinna indra 7.18.1. O Indra, our forefathers, who were your devotees, obtained all desirable and admirable wealth from you only. So also good milk-yielding cows from you, and also horses from you. You are the giver of wealth of all kinds. For a desirer of enlightened souls or shining beings. This is by way of introduction, indicating the fact that the sage Vasishtha is to talk about Indra in this sukta. Some attributes of Indra are also given here. 18.2. Rajeva hi janibhi ksheshe vava. O abundantly rich Adhidevik Indra, you manifest with your luster like a king with his protective powers. You being a knower of a sage-like poet, please protect the praisers along with their gold, cows and horses. Please sharpen us who are seekers of your company for acquiring wealth. No comments on this. 48.3, 18.3. Ima utva paspridhana sao atra mandra. O Indra, may these auspicious speeches which are delighting, are competing with each other to reach you and are desiring shining beings, stay near you here. May streams of your wealth, namely spiritual light rays, appear in front of us. May your favor bring prosperity to us. May this hymn be heard by Indra. May he bestow all kinds of wealth, manifested objects on the sacrificers. Dhenum natva Suyavasedu Dukshan. 18.4. O Indra, the most excellent sage, Vasishtha, let's flow streams of auspicious Vedic hymns, milking you like a cow which is well fed on grass. All my men speak about you only as the protector of speeches or spiritual light rays. May Adhyatmik Indra come towards our good intellect. By this hymn, seer of the Sukta is trying to milk all kinds of wealth from Indra. He is the protector of cows, physical wealth, which is a physical wealth. He is a protector of speeches. implying mental wealth, and of spiritual light rays. Arnam Sichit Paprathana Sudasa 18.5. Being invoked, you make the rivers of miseries fordable, even though they are overflowing and easy to cross for your good attendant. Adhidevik Indra makes the defiant, the industrious, the cursers and haters as good servants of Vedic kind. Indra makes the life of a devotee of his easy. Rest of the work should not be difficult to comprehend. Purola Urvasho Yakshurasi 18.6. An overpowerful one who is like a king or a chief priest in sacrifices comes into being. He was eager for gaining wealth, like an excited fish in water. Destroyers and endurers of foes effect complacence of the all-pervading one. The front Indra takes his front across miseries. Universal manifested self. Indra, implied meaning is this. Universal manifested self, Indra Jivatma, came into being as a product of ignorance of truth, birthlessness. Indra generates this material universe for the enjoyment of Jivatmas, body-attached Jivatmas. None can transgress the eternal laws of nature laid down by Indra. He takes his devotee across miseries, or he reveals truth to him. 7.18.7. Apaktaso Phalanaso, describing with their mouth praisers who are preparers of sacrificial oblations and who are busily buzzing like the large black bees, and who are performers of auspicious deeds, along with attendants, speak of him, Indra. He, delighting together with the praisers, brings for these three kinds of sacrifices desire for cows or speeches or spiritual rays of the most venerable one. He wins over the leaders of man by fighting with them. Three kinds of sacrifices are the three kinds of wealth. Each one type desires are being talked about here. The gross, subtle and spiritual. He controls all leaders of men through their Jivatmas. We go to 18.8. Duradhyo Aditim. Poor ignorant men hold uninterrupted harsh speech, leading others astray. Indra's greatness manifests everywhere. Perceiving the earth, the wise Indra rests, descending on the living creatures as Jivatma. After creating the earth, he makes it hospitable for living organisms by providing them food and dwelling. Then he enters their bodies as Jivatma. Ivraratham na Nyaratham 18.9. Indra goes to the harsh speaker to put some sense into him. The quick Indra goes to persons who fall at his feet or surrender to him. He overcomes the swiftly running, unfriendly, idle talkers and abusers of his good attendants among men. Indra protects the interest of his devotees and overcomes his foes. Jivatma of a person determines his I feeling, I-ness, ahambhava, or level of ignorance. All his activities are controlled by his ahambhava. Each one enjoys the fruits of one's own actions. In that way, Indra is the controller of all living beings. Iyurgavo na yavasada gopa 18.10. Thoughtful persons approach Indra, who is a friend placed on hand or nearby, before. Manifold desires, like spotted cows or clouds dispatched by the atmosphere, and fighters attached to them, affect complacence of Indra. Thoughtful persons come to realize the true nature of Indra as Jivatma residing in their own hearts. Desires of man and the will to fight for these desires are decided by the ahambhava of each person or controlled by his Jivatma. Egam chayo vimshatim cha sravasya 18.11. Desiring renown, who sets aside on his own 21 subjects having large ears. That Indra, who is the Lord of all and destroyer of miseries, sitting in the place of sacrifice, shines brightly. He makes the host of these 21 subjects function. Indra controls the functioning of 21 entities associated with a human being. They are 5 sense organs, 5 organs of action, and 5 pranas, which is bound to the body, and the 6 worlds, Bhu, Bhuva, Swa, Maha, Jana, Tapa. Place of sacrifice of each person is heart space where the self resides. Adha Srutam Kavasham 18.12. Then, wielder of Vajra in his hands, Indra consumes to the waters an endurer, followed by a renowned man, a high-sounding man, and an aged man. O Indra, they who desire your company congratulate you, who gratify you for friendship, they achieve your friendship. Indra causes the destruction of all the bodies and jivatmas of all kinds of men. Knowers of Indra acknowledge and appreciate this act of Indra and wish for his friendship. 13. Vi sadyo vishwa drimhitan yeshan. Indra broke into pieces all 7 firm fortifications of these 21 subjects and divided the house of the foreigner to 3 bodies. In the battle, we shall win over insulting people. The 7 fortifications are 5 sense organs, the mind and ahambhava. Foreigner to the body is the self. The 3 bodies are gross, subtle and causal. Rest of the Rik may need no further clarification. 18.4 Ni Gavyavo Anavo 60,666 heroes who may be delighting in cows or may be atheists or may be hurtful, lie dead worshipping Indra. All these deeds go to show Indra's valor. Innumerable fellows striving to satisfy the desires of the Jivatmas are destroyed by Indra along with the 3 bodies of each one of them. Number mentioned here may not have much significance. Indrena ide Trutsavo Vivishana 15. These 3 entities who are having bad friends are ignorant and are created and supported by Indra, run down like water flowing to lower levels. Perceiving him, they leave all enjoyable things in the good attendant of Indra. Bad may mean unreliable or unreal. The 3 bodies are unreal and products of ignorance activated by body attached Jivatma or Indra. They move from the subtlest to grossest objects. Noticing Indra in the body or mind of a devotee of Indra, these bodies leave him to enjoy the bliss of Brahman. Artham Virasya Shrutapamanindram 18.16 Indra pushes away the other half of the hero on the earth, who is non-Indra, who is enjoyer of cooked food and defiant. He controls the high spirit of the high-spirited one. Falling down from the right path, he follows his own course. Implied meaning of this Rik is the following. Indra separates himself from the experiencing ahambhava in a living body. At the same time, he is identified with universal Jivatma. Falling down to the level of body-attached individual Jivatma, he becomes enjoyer of worldly objects. This is the implied meaning. 18.17 Athrena chittade dvegam chakara. Indra makes a man, though weak, act alone. He kills a foe, his ahambhava, though powerful like a lion, with a ram. He cuts off the edges or corners by a needle or by entering or piercing the ignorance cover. He gives all enjoyable things to his good attendant. Indra protects his devotee even if he is weak by destroying all his internal enemies and reveal bliss associated with Brahman. This is the essence of the Rik. 18.18 Shashvanto hi shatravo rara dhushte rara dhushte. O Indra, you certainly overthrow your endless enemies or clouds. May you achieve the destruction of an atheist or a non-believer. Whoever commits sin against your praising mortals, please throw your shining Vajra, spiritual light ray on him. This may not need any clarification. 18.19 Avadindram Yamuna Trisavascha. The father of all kills the atheist there. The three entities too invoke Indra by controlling the senses. The troops of Maruts, horseradishes, and speedy movers pay tribute to the summits of his race. The manifested self only reveals knowledge of the self to a non-believer of the self by killing his ahambhava. The three bodies, grass, subtle, and causal, honor Indra. Non-living maruts, living plants like radish, and moving creatures including human beings owe their existence to Indra. Nata Indra Sumatayo Naraya 18.20 O Indra, we notice your earlier kindness and wealth, which are pleasure-giving, like the dance. You kill a causer of pain who thinks too high of himself. On your own, you pierce the great cloud-like ignorance. Indra implies universal manifested self or universal Jivatma here. He kills the ego in a man, which is the cause of pain, by destroying his ignorance. 18.21 Praye Grihat. O Indra, they, namely destroyer of foes, an attacker of 100 foes, and a most benevolent person, out of love for you, revel in your house. They do not forget the friendship of the most bountiful you. In this way, good days dawn for the scholarly person. The three kinds of men mentioned here enjoy the bliss of Brahman because of Indra's love and kindness to them. In Indra's friendship, every day becomes a harbinger of happiness to them. Dve Naptut Devavada Shate 18.22 O Agni, as the performer of sacrifice, I approach you in your home. I become fit for the post by praising Indra, the giver of 200 cows and 2 chariots drawn by mares, to his good attendant or server. He is the grandson of a person surrounded by enlightened souls and is the son of a swift mover. Now implied meaning follows. Seer of the Sutta becomes fit or capable to be performer of this knowledge sacrifice by praising Indra, universal manifested self, for giving him 2 bodies, the subtle and gross, to his Jivatma. This is the grandson of the self, who is surrounded by enlightened souls and is like a son of the manifested self, say Indra. Indra happens to be a swift mover from one body to another. 18.23 Chatvaro ma Paijavanasya dana. The 4 gifts which are decorated with gold and above all are movers along a straight path and are stepping firmly on the earth, of the good attendant of Indra, who is the son of a swift mover having the same errand. Carry me, who is like a son for renown for his son. The two spiritual light rays that pull each of the two bodies mentioned in the previous rak are the four gifts mentioned here. They carry sage Vasishtha along the righteous path to truth and consequent renown. 18.24 Yasya Shravor Udasi Andarurvi. The seven streams glorify him whose glory is there in the space and on the earth, and who is a distributor, who distributes wealth on every head. Indra completely destroys a warmongering foe in his very presence. The seven flowing streams stands for the five sense organs, the mind and ego. They move from one sense object to another all the time. They certainly glorify Indra, universal Jivatma. All material forms end up in Indra, the manifested self. Jivatma destroys ahambhava. Imam naro maruta saschadanu 18.25 last stroke in the sutta. O leaders of my Maruts, please pursue this good attender of Indra, like his father, who is the knower of the resplendent being. Honoring him, please protect the abode and the indestructible, undecaying strength of the son of a swift mover. This is a prayer addressed to Maruts to support each individual Jivatma, as all of them support Indra in his life activities. As tribute to Indra, may Maruts protect the abode and strength of each individual body-attached Jivatma by supplying the pranas. Further clarification on any rig can be given if necessary. Though this suktam is certainly not an easy one to digest. Suktam 19. This is another similar Indra Suktam from sage Vasishtha. Can be considered as a continuation of the previous rig. Rishi Vasishtha, Suktam 19. Rishi Vasishtha Maitra Varune Devada Indra Chandastrushtu Yastigma Shringo Vrishabho Nabhima 19.1 O fierce Indra, like a bull with sharp horns, single-handed, you cause all your subjects to fall and also cause the fall of numerous possessions of a non-giver of sacrificial oblations, which are acquired by him. You are a bestower of true knowledge on an industrious sacrificer. Indra is the destroyer of all forms made of matter, as he is the universal manifested self. He also reveals self-knowledge to truth seekers. That is the gist of this rak. 19.2 Tvamha Tyadindra Kutsamava. O Indra, you certainly protect the thunderbolt. In a battle, paying attention to the body and giving instruction to the associate of lightning, you destroy a hissing infidel who is like bad barley. Indra is the protector of spiritual knowledge. With the thunderbolt, which means spiritual light ray, he destroys the hissing cloud. Or with spiritual knowledge he kills the noise-making ignorance, ahambhava. 7.19.3. Tvam dhrishno dhrishata. O valorous Indra, you protect boldly a good attendant, whose offerings are acceptable. Whose offerings are acceptable. With all protective powers, in the killing of cloud and acquisition of land, you protect a man who is a shaker of the wicked and son of a man with thunderbolt. The lyric is more or less self-explanatory. Thunderbolt has the same implied meaning as in the previous lyric. That's 19.4. Tvam nrabhir nramano devavidau. O Indra, you are kind to men, having rays of spiritual light or horses. In the enjoyment of enlightened souls, you kill many clouds with leaders of men. For an endurer of foes, you make a wicked fellow, a drunkard and a roarer, to sleep eternally with your Vajra, which kills enemies easily. Rays here implies that they refer to spiritual light ray or knowledge, and cloud means ignorance. With rays of spiritual light or knowledge, he kills many internal enemies for a man striving to attain truth. Tava chautnani vajrahastatani. 7.19.5. O holder of Vajra in the hands, Indra, those are your impelling powers by which you destroy 99 fortifications at once. For settling down, you surround the 100th stronghold, killing the cloud, which is the preventer of rains. Implied meaning: there are many layers of ignorance covering the truth. Indra helps a seeker of truth by the Rik is self-explanatory, except the fact here also rays refer to spiritual light. Mate asyam sahasavan. 19.7. O possessor of horses or spiritual light rays, mighty Indra, in these praises of yours, may we not come in contact with people who throw us away to bad characters. Please protect us with safe protections. May we become dear among scholarly sages. Priyasa itte Maghavan. 19.8. O abundantly rich Indra, as desired by you, leaders of men and their friends who are dear to you delight in your protection only, making yourself praiseworthy for a person to whom guests should go. You make an overpowerful person and a man of perception to lie down. First part needs no clarification. Becoming a guest of a hospitable man or a liberal sacrificer, Indra kills the perceiver I, ahambhavam, in him, who is very strong, or he destroys the powerful ego of the invoker. That is the alternate meaning. 19.9. Sadhyaschinute Maghavan. O abundantly rich Indra, leaders of men who are good praisers, praising you by Vedic hymns, glorify you now itself as per your desire. By your praises, they make miserly traders to give gifts. May you choose us for charging this task on us. May Indra entrust the charge of making miserly bargainers to give oblations to Indra on the seer of the Sutta and his co-sacrificers. Next trick is 19.10. Ede stoma Naram Nirdama. O the best leader among leaders of men, these praisers offer you gifts. May they be directed towards us. Please become the auspicious hero, friend and protector of these leaders of men in the killing of the cloud, ignorance cloud. May these praises be directed towards bringing riches, material and spiritual, to sacrificers. Second part of the root does not need any clarification. We come to the last root in the Sutta 19.7.19.11. Nu Indra Shura Stavamana Udi. O Indra, being praised by us and prompted by these Vedic hymns, may you grow by body. We conclude this session. Viramastavat.